Did you know that 83% of millennials no longer respond to traditional advertising? They're ad blockers, so digital ads don't reach them. And they're cord cutters, so TV ads don't reach them. There needs to be a new way to engage millennials in the way that they consume and enjoy content. And that's why aggressively adaptive brands like Pepsi are committing 40% of the Pepsi Mountain Dew budget on targeting gamers and esports. Esports is competitive gaming on a professional level. It's sold out the LA Staples Center in under an hour, and it's filled up the Olympic Bird's Nest Stadium in China. And 62% of its almost 500 million fans are millennials. Young people are watching esports and competitive gaming the same way your generation watched traditional sports. And just in the last couple of years, it's grown to a $1.1 billion industry, growing at 26.7% year over year. And it's grown so fast because it's backed by an industry that dwarfs the film and music industries combined. Esports is a trend-setting and influential subsector of this industry, and it creates new ecosystems and markets that are later adopted by the $152 billion gaming industry, creating multi-billion-dollar companies like Twitch, where millions of people go on to watch other people play video games. One of these new ecosystems is a massive new landscape of esports communities. We're going through what the industry is calling the franchise era, the localization of the global esports experience. It's opened up a massive new opportunity for us to tap into, to build the infrastructure for sponsors to tap into this new ecosystem. We're starting with our strength, the over 900 collegiate esports organizations in North America alone. It's a space that's highly valuable in both esports and gaming. It's a space that even big brands, big multi-billion-dollar brands that are at the forefront of the esports industry have had a hard time tapping into efficiently. And that's why they were one of the first brands to partner with us. But we're not stopping there. We're using Collegiate to build up our base of brands, and we want to own the sponsorship market for local and city-based esports organizations, sponsorships for the K through 12, as well as venues. And this isn't just esports stadiums like the one in Arlington who we're already working with, but these are Microsoft stores and GameStops that are converting all their stores into esports venues. So what's been keeping all these brands outside of the ecosystem? The main barrier has been scalability. This ecosystem grew so fast that the industry hasn't had the time or resources to build out the infrastructure to make tapping into this market scalable. Brands want to, if you want to sponsor 100 different events, you have to coordinate with 100 different event organizers. This is really time intensive and requires a lot of moving parts. It's super expensive and can cost brands $500,000 to $1.5 million just to run 1 year of campaigns. Brands like to create customizable, high ROI, and authentically engaging campaigns. And they usually can't do that scalably, even if it does provide high ROI. And you can use turnkey solutions, which are usually just a logo slapped onto a tournament, not really any authentic engagement with the brand or the products that they're trying to sell. Overall, the ecosystem is super fragmented. Event organizers and community esports leaders don't have the expertise or the network to land brand sponsorships. That's where we come in. We're a centralized marketplace that connects brands with esports community leaders and event organizers. On our platform, brands can create those customizable high ROI campaigns, and then we can make those campaigns scalable by streamlining the process. So on our platform, brands don't have to worry about just executing a sponsorship. They can actually put more time into creating higher ROI campaigns and make it more creative and authentically engaging. So I know this space because I've been on both sides of the market. I've been an event organizer and esports community leader. I was also one of the first people to run a collegiate program for a publisher. What we found was with a budget of $16,000, I was able to match the results of $500,000 campaigns using traditional marketing. For every $21 they spent to acquire a new player for our game, we spent $1. And we also beat those turnkey solutions. CSL is a collegiate tournament organizer that boasts 1,100 schools in their network. We only activated in 60 universities, and we gave them a little bit more budget than my program had. And we still brought in 12 times the new users that they did. So on our platform, brands like Twitch can create these custom campaigns with custom deliverables, discover new events and organizations that they want to sponsor, coordinate that sponsorship, and basically just get an automated ROI report at the end of the day. And this is what it looks like on our platform. So since we launched in mid-August, we've grown to 90 universities, including universities like UCLA, University of Washington, University of British Columbia, Texas A&M, University of Texas Austin, University of Central Florida, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and Penn State. We also started with 4 brands and grew to over 12 brands that have active campaigns on our platform right now. The original 4 brands that were on our platform, Twitch, Cooler Master, HyperX, and Razer, are not only planning on nationalizing their programs on our platform, but they want to work exclusively on UConnect. So basically, if a college approaches them about wanting to get sponsored, if you're not on the platform, they won't sponsor you. So we predict that the esports sponsorship market will hit $7.5 billion by 2030. That's about 10% of all sports sponsorships, and that's based on a conservative growth rate of 22.3%. But the reality is that the industry is growing at 26.7% year over year, and the sponsorship portion, which makes up 83% of the industry, is growing at 48% year over year. We're looking to take 10% of that market share, returning $230 million in revenue, and one part that isn't included in the numbers is collegiate sponsorships because it's not public knowledge. But if the collegiate market is reflected the same as sports sponsorship with 10%, we expect that to be a $203 million revenue stream. So our business model right now is a tier-based monthly subscription that's based on features. So $1,000 to $5,000. So we're starting really low to create a low barrier and take market share, and we're taking it really fast. But later on, we're going to add a la carte campaign add-ons and take a portion of each sponsorship. So me and my founder, we were the 2 largest esports organization presidents in North America. I was the founder of Texas A&M Esports. We were the largest esports organization in the southern United States. We won a national championship. Hantao was the president of UBC Esports, which was the largest collegiate esports organization in the world. They won 4 consecutive League of Legends national championships and got flown out to Korea and beat all the Korean teams as well. So we were the kind of like the leaders of this whole new ecosystem. We were there from the beginning. And on the advisory board, we have the people who led the charge from the industry side. We have Mark Candela, who's the director of strategic partnerships at Twitch. Steve Jaws, who basically created this whole thing at Riot Games. Riot Games created League of Legends, the largest esports in the world. And John Kimmich, who was like in charge of a lot of the early gaming acquisitions and initiatives at Microsoft. And he also has his own Wikipedia page, which they told me not to say, but I'll say anyway. So we're looking for you guys to join in our journey to empower leaders who provide a home for gamers. And this is like how we started out, and this is what it is now. But yeah, thanks.